My, oh my, is Julius Randle the gift that keeps on giving? He's doing some pretty childish stuff on social media, so we're going to break it down in today's show. But first, do you want the Knicks to trade Julius Randle this offseason? If you do, go and like this video. I want to get to 1,000 likes on this video, so go down right now. If you want the Knicks to trade him, like this video. Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and we're going to touch on Julius Randle and the trade rumors that keep on giving and giving and giving. Because the most recent one is that he unfollowed the New York Knicks on Instagram, deleted all of the pictures on his Instagram that were related to the New York Knicks, and he also unfollowed every single teammate on the New York Knicks. I mean, he has to go to work with these guys. He's got to show up tomorrow, and he's going to face RJ Barrett. He's going to face Obi Toppin. He's going to face Emmanuel quickly. And I don't know if they've got the app that you can see where people unfollow you, but maybe they do. And I just think it's weird. This is something that a kid does. This is something that a kid does that his girlfriend dumps him, and then he goes and unfollows her on Instagram. It's really childish, and that is exactly what Julius Randle is. He's a childish baby that pouts when things doesn't go his way. Everything that's transpired in the past week with Julius Randle. He stormed off the court after the Knicks beat the Chicago Bulls at Madison Square Garden. He grabbed the ball and flung it across the court and stormed off the court like a little baby. And then he apparently requested a trade with Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau. He then later debunked those trade rumors and said that didn't happen. He loved being a Knick and all the good things that he said. It sounded good, but I didn't believe it for a split second. And then he was ruled out for the rest of the year because of that sore quad, which an injury kind of came out of nowhere. I'm not saying he's not hurt, but I'm not saying he is hurt. The only thing that may be hurt is his heart. And then he today unfollowed the Knicks and all of his teammates on Instagram and deleted all of the pictures. This story just keeps on giving and giving. And look, if a Julius Randle trade happens, we're going to be breaking it down on this channel. So go and subscribe. YouTube.com/KnicksTV. We're trying to get to 5.5 thousand subscribers on today's video. We're just about 200 subscribers away. So help us out. If you love the Knicks and you want free daily videos around the latest Knicks news and rumors, NBA draft coverage, NBA free agency coverage, this is your channel. Stay locked in. Go hit that big red button. If those 5 things we weren't talked about earlier enough to want to trade Julius Randle, what about everything that's gone wrong this year? From the thumbs down incident where he pretty much told the fans to shut the F up, or the Rudy Gobert fight at the end of the game, or the Cam Johnson scuffle where he pushed him and he got thrown out of the game and Cam Johnson went on to catch fire and beat the Knicks on a buzzer beater. He has a career-high 12 technical fouls this year. He's been texting in press conferences with the media after games. Then he slapped the laptop out of an assistant coach's hands on the sideline. He has $163,000 in fines this year. He hasn't been speaking to the media, and there was rumors out there that the Knicks and ownership were paying the fines for when he wasn't speaking to the media. He hasn't been attending or taking place in the lineup announcements on road games. When the starting 5 would get announced, he would hang back and be getting ready for the game. And then this one just pisses me off. He's been dressing by himself in the locker room in the corner away from his teammates. If that's not enough, what about how bad he's played this year? I mean, the raw numbers, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, yeah, that's pretty good. But he's also shooting 41% from the field. He's shooting 5 3-pointers a game, the same amount he shot last year, and he's only converting on a 30% clip compared to last year where he made them at a 41% clip. And he shot 46% from the field last year where he averaged 24, 10, and 6 and was a second-team All-NBA player, the most improved player in the National Basketball Association. What can go wrong has gone wrong for Julius Randle this season. I can't believe this is where we are at this point. He's unfollowing the Knicks. He's unfollowing his teammates. I thought he was an MVP candidate last year. I had him in my top 5. I loved Julius Randle until we got to the playoffs last year and we saw the absolute vomit job that he did against the Atlanta Hawks, where he averaged 18 points, nearly 5 turnovers, shot 29% from the floor. 29% from the floor. I'm sure Helen Keller could have did a better job of that. And he also shot 33% from the three-point line. Julius Randle, this whole slew of bad instances and bad play started in that playoff series against the Hawks last year. It seemed like once the fans entered the building at Madison Square Garden, Julius Randle's production and productivity and positivity and leadership and being a good teammate went down the drain. I truly don't believe he's built to play in New York City. He's not mentally tough. He's not a grinder. He's not a bulldog. He doesn't have that tenacious mentality to be a winner, and we saw that in the playoffs, and we've seen that this year at every step of the season. But I want all you proud and loud New York Knicks fans to get in the comment section. I'm amped up. This pisses me off. It's a good thing to play for the New York Knicks. It's something that a lot of NBA players want to do. It's one of the most prestigious franchises in the National Basketball Association, and Julius Randle is just pissing on the opportunity. He's not taking advantage of it. So I want you to get in the comment section and let me know. Should the Knicks trade Julius Randle this offseason? I really think this is going to be a conversation we're going to continue to have time and time again. I don't see a scenario where he can be on the roster next year. So get in the comment section and let me know. Do you think they should trade him? Go down and type T for trade, or if you don't, if you want to keep him, you can go down and type P for pass. If the Knicks were to trade him, I think it would be a little more easier than people have thought. Yes, he has a 15% trade kicker, which means his salary would go up about 15% if he's traded. But this year, he's making about, next year, he's making about $23.7 million. The following year, $25.5, then $27.5, and then in 2025, 2026, he has about a $30 million player option, and I suspect he would opt into that. So it wouldn't take too much in a salary match to make a Julius Randle trade happen. And these are some trade destinations that I thought of and cooked up. I did a video a couple of days ago about some trade destinations. You got in the comments, you guys watching, and made some pretty good points, so I made some tweaks to this list. I think the Miami Heat are an option for Julius Randle. They need a power forward, and Pat Riley is always a guy looking to make another move to make this team a competitor year in and year out, and they are not afraid to spend money down in South Beach. I also think the Indiana Pacers make sense. I think a Miles Turner for Julius Randle trade, a straight-up swap, could make sense for both sides. I also think the Portland Trailblazers do too. They need to get some help around Damian Lillard, or maybe Julius Randle could be the centerpiece for the Knicks. And a Dame trade to MSG, that would be pretty fun. What about going back home to where he grew up to play with the Dallas Mavericks? That's always something that's been talked about. He loves Dallas, and maybe there's some people in the building that like Julius Randle. I think the Pelicans is also an idea. He played well with the Pelicans, and maybe a Zion for Julius trade where the Knicks throw in maybe a young guy and a couple picks could make sense. I'm not really that big on trading for Zion Williamson, but it's something that I think all Knicks fans should be talking about because it's definitely a possibility. But I want you to go in the comments and predict it for me. On the Julius trade destination video we did a couple of days ago, go watch it on the channel. You guys said, the Sacramento Kings don't make sense. The Indiana Pacers don't make sense. The Charlotte Hornets don't make sense. 3 teams I had on the list, but none of you guys gave me places you think he would get traded. So let me know in the comments, where do you think Julius Randle will get traded? Another reason, besides him being a baby and a loafer and just a piss-poor attitude, you got to trade Julius Randle so you can build around Obi Toppin and so he can be a starter for this team. What he's done in the last 5 games where he started in place of Julius Randle, because he has that sore quad, his leg's real sore, and he had to sit out. Obi Toppin, he's been playing the best basketball of his young NBA career, averaging 18.5 points per game, 7.2 rebounds per game, 3.2 assists, 2.2 three-pointers made. He's shooting about 40% from deep, over 50% from 3. But that's not just it. Also, in the 17 games this year where he's played more than 20 minutes per night, I mean, really, I said it yesterday's video. The fact he's only played 20 minutes plus in 17 games this season, when he was a lottery pick just 2 years ago, that is a credit to Tom Thibodeau. That guy is a criminal. He's averaging 14.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, shooting almost 60% from the field, and a 33.3% from downtown. Obi Toppin is someone the Knicks need to build around. Put this guy in the lineup. Let him take his lumps. He talked about that. You only get better from going out there and playing. You don't get better from watching. Matthew Petey, he doesn't get better as a host from watching me host. He gets better by doing it. That's in every step of life. It's trials and tribulations. You have to go through that. And since Obi Toppin he's become a better player. And the thing I love about Obi, he's energetic, he's a fan favorite, he's hungry, he's young, and you don't have to draw up plays for him to be effective. The backdoor cuts, getting out in transition and finishing lobs, finishing dunks, the hustle plays. He's kind of a garbage man around the hoop. He does all the little things that Julius Randle does not. He's almost the anti-Randle, and that's why I think I love Obi Toppin so much. But I think this is an interesting question. I've seen it on Twitter, and I don't know if he can be, but I want to know what you have to say in the comment section. Can Obi Toppin one day be an all-star in the NBA? Get down in the comments and voice your thoughts. Type Y for yes, or you can go down and type N for no. In today's video, we're going to be giving some shout-outs for everybody in yesterday's video that went in the comments and typed FKD because it's FKD, F Kevin Durant. I hate that guy. Fabian Williams, shout out to you. Kevin Brown, Leo, Carl, Ron, Robert, Fakey Basketball 890, Mike, Lowe, Malik. Shout out to all of you guys, and we got some more. James, Rico, Augustine Carter, Even Best, John Murdoch, Darren Gale, you're my guy. You're also always commenting on our Giants videos. I really, really appreciate that. Anthony Morales and E. Lou. I appreciate all 18 of you people that commented FKD in the comment section. So in today's video, go down and comment Sloppy Toppy because I like it. You like it. Don't lie to yourself. If you comment Sloppy Toppy, I'll give you a shout out on our next New York Knicks Now video.